All right, hello everyone. So my name is Lelaina Beauregard, and today we will be going through a Think Aloud in regards to pyramids and their volume. So the first thing that we should always do when we're given a word problem is we should look for any graphs or pictures that are associated with it. So in this case, I see one right over here to the right. So it looks like there's a guy hanging from something. To me, it looks kind of like a parachute, which is good because I see the words parachute to the left. So it's good to make those connections. And what I'm also seeing is a pyramid. And why I think it's a pyramid is because if we're looking at that top tip right over there, the point at the top, and then we see that there's some kind of form or base on the bottom, to me that screams pyramid. All right. So whenever we see something with a point on the top and then a base, we can always think pyramid. Okay. And so I don't know if the base is a rectangle, square. Maybe we'll find that out in our example. That's what I'm thinking about so far. I'm also thinking about already what are the formulas that we might need to use with this pyramid. So as we've previously learned, there's the volume formula, which would be the volume is equal to 1/3 times the base, so whatever that base, the area is there, times that height. Or if we're looking at the area, we would have to add up the area of each sides, and that would be of each side, and that would be the surface area involved. Okay, so that's already what I'm thinking about. I might want to make a list in my head of formulas that maybe we could use in regards to this example. So now let's read. So in 1483, Leonardo da Vinci designed a parachute. It is believed that this was the first parachute ever designed. Okay, great. So they might give us some information. We don't know if it's all needed or if it is not, but let's keep reading. So in a notebook, he wrote, "If a man is provided with a length of gummed linen cloth with a length of 12 yards on each side and 12 yards high, he can jump from any great height whatsoever without injury." So I'm going to stop us right there. So it looks like we are given some information about the measurements of this pyramid. So when it says the lengths of 12 yards on each side, to me that screams base. So I'm thinking about the base there because it's talking about a length on each side. And then it goes on to say, and 12 yards high. So when I see the word high, I'm thinking height. All right. So it's important that when we look at these problems, we can characterize each piece of information that we're given and try to fit it into this pyramid example or whatever maybe figure that we're looking at. All right. So trying to apply that to what I see in this picture. So now we're going to see what we need to do. I don't know if need to find the area or the volume. So find the volume of air inside Leonardo's parachute. So it looks like we are looking at the volume. Okay. So based on what we discussed earlier, and what I thought earlier is that I knew that the volume of a pyramid would be equal to 1/3 times the base, which again is the area, right, times the height. Which makes sense because it's a three-dimensional space. So that means it has an area, and we're multiplying that by the height to get that 3D space. Okay, so I'm thinking that if it's going to be 12 yards on each side, then maybe that means that we have to multiply 12 by the 12 and then by another 12. And then multiply that by our 1/3. Because if we look at this, we know that the base would be that square. So a square would be a figure that has two sides that are the same. And so when I'm thinking about this problem, I want to make sure I'm using the information that's given and that corresponds directly to that base or that height. All right. So that's what I would do when I'm looking at these new word problems for the first time.